Hello, everyone, and welcome to another top 10 list. I am Timmy Treacle, and as always, I said I've always done top 10s, rankings, movie reviews, and TV show reviews. But today, I'm bringing you yet another top 10 list, and this one is going to be my top 10 favorite performances in Christmas movies. Now, these performances won't include Christmas horror movies. That is a separate top 10 list that I will do later on. But these performances are all great. There are so many. I had to have so much time to do this. It took me about a week to do this top 10 list, and it's tough. But I do have several honorable mentions I want to go through here real quick before I get to the top 10. So, without further ado, here are some of my honorable mentions. You got Randy Quaid for Christmas Vacation. You have Jim Carrey for A Christmas Carol, 2009. You have Tom Hanks for Polar Express. You have Christy Swanson for A Christmas Wish. You have Danica McKellar for A Crown for Christmas. You have Lacey Chabert for The Sweetest Christmas. And last but not least, you have Candace Cameron Bure for Switch for Christmas. All great performances, just couldn't make my top 10. But at number 10 is James Stewart for It's a Wonderful Life. Classic Christmas movie. This would probably be higher up on some other people's lists, but for me, I think it fits just fine at number 10. I love James Stewart's performance in this movie. I've seen multiple movies of his now. I've seen all four Hitchcock movies with him, and I've seen some westerns with him, including his collaboration with John Wayne in one of them. And he's fantastic. This has got some great quotable lines, and it's got a great story, great characters, the score. Everything's great about this movie. And like I said, it'd probably be higher up on a lot of people's lists, but for me, it comes to number 10. Coming to number 9 is Bill Murray for Scrooged. What else can you say? This is a great performance. You have Karen Allen, Bobcat Goldthwait, and a lot of other funny characters in this movie. Karen Allen plays his girlfriend, but of course, you know, with these Scrooge movies, he gets visited by ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, or yet to come, as they say. So Bill Murray is a big TV executive who basically is a Grinch when it comes to Christmas. And he wants the perfect movie. He wants the perfect programs. And that's what you get with this movie. It's funny. My favorite ghost is the ghost of Christmas Present. I love when she clobbers him with the toaster. But yeah, this is a funny movie with a great cast, great characters. And it's one I gotta watch every year. I really enjoy it. Coming number 8 is a tie. I have Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci for Home Alone. These two bumbling criminals made their mark when it comes to Christmas movies, and for them to work together as criminals, it's just really funny. They take a lot of punishment in this movie, which we all love, and it just goes to show you that you don't have to be too bright to be a burglar, but when you do something stupid as leave water running after every house you rob, it's going to get you caught eventually. And it's just funny. I love what happens to them. They get outsmarted by a kid. And will we see this kid on the list? We'll just have to see. But yeah, Daniel Stern, Joe Pesci, fantastic in Home Alone. Coming number 7 is Chevy Chase for Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. It took the place of A Christmas Story many years ago. But I love his performance in this movie. His comedic timing, it's just phenomenal. And he has some of the greatest quotable lines in this movie. Uh, I did mention Mr. Randy Quaid as an honorable mention because he's perfect in this movie as well. But Clark just delivers in this movie. It is actually my favorite National Lampoon's Vacation movie as well, of the four movies. Oh, actually now five, but it is my favorite. Even though I love the original, but Christmas Vacation just does it for me. And it's an every year watch. I own the movie on my DVR, and I watch it every Christmas morning, along with A Christmas Story. So, but yeah, Chevy Chase, number 7. Number 6, I have Albert Finney for Scrooge. This is the 1970s version. Although I've seen all of the Scrooge movies because they've made so many, but Albert Finney is my favorite. I do love the black and white 1930s. I think it's 1932, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is my favorite Scrooge, in my opinion. He does a great job, and then of course you get the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. You know the story, but he plays Ebenezer Scrooge. He's a tightwad and can be a real jerk of a boss too. But he gives a great performance and deserves the spot at number 6. Number 5 is a gentleman who I mentioned in my honorable mentions, but this is for a different movie. This is Jim Carrey for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, Ron Howard directed this movie and did a great job. And Jim Carrey delivers. I love his performance in this movie. I think it's underrated, in my opinion. I think it's a great telling. They did a great job of making a movie from a 20-minute cartoon. And all the characters, the cast, everything was great about this movie. Even Faith Hill on the soundtrack as well. But it's a great performance. Jim Carrey, he can do any role if he sets his mind to it. And he does a great job. And I love his performance in this movie. And again, this is another yearly staple for Christmas that I watch, along with the cartoon as well. But yeah, number 5 is Jim Carrey. Number 4 is Peter Billingsley for A Christmas Story. Ralphie. I mean, how can you not have Ralphie on your top 10 list? Great performance. Of course, my favorite part is when he beats up the bully. I love that. He finally stands up for himself. And it's a fantastic scene. But this has got so many quotable lines. You'll shoot your eye out. Yeah, statue. It just goes on and on. And fragile. I think that says fragile, honey. But yeah, it's a great movie. Great to watch Christmas Eve and Christmas morning with your family. I don't know what everybody's traditions are, whether you make a turkey, a ham, or whatever it is you do. It is fun to watch those movies with your kids and just have a great time. And yeah, it's a great movie. It still holds up. It's just fantastic. Now it has dropped down on my list as far as favorite Christmas movies because there have been better Christmas movies in my opinion. But it still will be one of my favorites to watch. And how can you miss it with TNT and TBS running 24 hours each on each channel? But yeah, Peter Billingsley, number 4. Number 3 is a tie. I have Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon for 4 Christmases. I love this movie. If you love comedy, then you'll love this movie. If you don't love comedy and you don't have a sense of humor, I don't know what to tell you. This is a great story. You have a not married couple, Vaughn and Witherspoon, who each year during the holidays, they take vacations to avoid their families. Well, they are basically stuck because of fog, so they are forced to visit all 4 Christmases in one day. And they start off with Vince's dad, played by Robert Duvall, who is freaking awesome. I love Robert Duvall. Man, he has brothers, played by Jon Favreau and Tim McGraw. Fantastic. It reminds me of me and my older brothers. And then Jon Favreau's wife, I can't remember her real name, but she was in Mike and Molly and several other things. But she's really funny as well. And this is a great Christmas movie. When Reese goes to visit her mom after this, I love the scene where they're in the bouncy house and the scene at church where they have to fill in and do the play. It's just great. And even though I hear Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon didn't get along on set, they gave great performances, and I love what they did. And it's sad that they didn't get along, or supposedly didn't get along. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, so I don't want to make any assumptions, but I really wish they would have gotten along, because I want to see them in more movies. They were so funny in this movie. But yeah, number 3 is Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Coming number 2 is another tie. This is Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. And yes, this is a Christmas movie, just like Die Hard and the first Lethal Weapon are. And for those of you who disagree with that, I'm sorry, but you're a fool. Even the directors and writers will even tell you they're Christmas movies. So be in denial all you want, but they're Christmas movies. And Trading Places is a great, great movie. It tells the story of a rich man and a poor man who swap places. And the reason they swap places is because of the two bosses who make a bet on seeing they could turn around the life of the guy living on the street, who is Billy Ray Valentine, played by Eddie Murphy, and then put on the streets Dan Aykroyd, who is Winthorpe. And that's what the bet is about. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie. Don Home Elliott plays the butler. Paul Gleason plays a gentleman who tries to give a crop report to the Dukes so they can make a lot of money. You have Jim Belushi, who makes a cameo appearance in this. He is on the train with the fellas. But you got a great cast. It's a great movie, great direction, writing, characters, and it's got a lot of great one-liners in this movie. I could go on and on about this movie, but their performances in here, and I'll even throw in everyone in this movie. Just a fantastic one, and to this day, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time as well. But yeah, number 2 is Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. And my number 1 favorite performance in a Christmas movie, not counting Christmas horror movies, is Macaulay Culkin for Home Alone. Yeah, he knocked it out of the park with this movie. John Hughes did a great job with this movie. But this is the one that basically kicked him up into the A-list stardom, even though he did movies before then. But this movie is the one that takes the cake, in my opinion. Ooh, I just said cake too, making me hungry. But anyway, Macaulay Culkin, he gets left at home on accident. Their parents end up flying to Paris. He's left there to defend the home against 2 bumbling idiots who I mentioned earlier in this top 10 countdown. And he does a great job. He has some great one-liners too. And he's just really funny. This is a sweet holiday comedy classic. You have an appearance by John Candy, who I love. Rest in peace, of course. But it's got a great cast, great characters. Buzz is such an asshole in this movie and in the sequel. But it's a fantastic movie. Another movie that I watched during the Christmas season. And it's just fantastic. Macaulay Culkin let's get back into more movies, shall we? I would love to see more movies. I would love to see some horror movies too, and or some drama movies. I think that'd be great. But other than that, that is my top 10 favorite performances in Christmas movies. So in the comment section below, give me your top 10 favorite performances in Christmas movies. Now you can't include horror movies because I will be doing a separate list for that later on. But let me know in the comment section below. If you don't have a top 10, then just give me some of your favorite performances in Christmas movies. And let me know what you thought about my list. And as always, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and let's talk about movies, TV shows. I do top 10s, rankings, and all fun things entertainment. And don't forget to like and share these videos with all your family and friends. The more the merrier, the funner it is for me. So, other than that, I thank you guys for watching yet another top 10 list. Stay tuned to my channel for more content. And as always, I thank you for watching and check you later.